I've got a pattern I'm noticing more and more with my students. They seem to be afraid to fail, and a lot of people reach out to me saying that they are not sure whether trading will work out for them, what are their chances of succeeding, and it comes down to having a fear of failure. Today we'll cover that topic, give you some tips to overcome that fear of failure and crush it so you're able to get results and not be afraid of failure anymore. Let's dive right in. Alright, so a lot of research came into that video, also a lot of questioning my students on why they fail failing and why they are afraid to fail in trading. So I had to do a lot of stuff to get to this. And I'll give you some tips. We'll have a discussion about fear of failure and how you can overcome it and get out better on the other side. The first thing that really matters here is to redefine failure, what failure really is. We're just human, and failure is like an opportunity for us to learn and become better. Every failure you go through, you go on the other side stronger, and you learn some things you can apply to become better next time. I know that term is scary, and failure could mean that you don't get to your future, or like you're afraid that you won't get the results you want, you won't get the money you want, you won't become a millionaire because you fail. And that's just all kind of a lot of crap. You can very well fail and get to your goals anyway, even if you failed at something else before. And failure always contains the skills and the secrets that we need to be able to get on the other side stronger. And it shows us what you need to be able to develop to get to the goal we want to reach. That being said, though, it's very important to set realistic expectations when it comes to trading and anything else you do in life. If you have like really big hopes to try to get like 20% a week with high risk in trading, then you will fail. And then you'll feel bad because you failed. There's way too many people out there in trading with crazy expectations of becoming millionaires, becoming rich, and then they take more risk because of it. The expectations here are insane. So what you do instead is you take baby steps, go at it one step at a time, small risk, you practice first, you go on a demo account first, then you might go on a small live account and you increase eventually slowly over time. This will help you fail less because of course you have better risk management, you don't have crazy expectations, and it's just easier to manage, which will lead to more confidence overall later. Now, there is a book called The Other F Word by Danner and Coppersmith. It's a really good book on how to fail and like what failure means for results and how to actually get results from failures. It's a pretty cool book. I'll leave a link here in the corner if you want to check it out, or a link below as well. So you can check out that book if you want to. It's a good read for sure. Not trading specific, but sometimes you can learn more from the non-trading books than the trading books themselves. And that's a good example of that. So what they recommend in that book is to make a fear list. So list all the things you fear. And sometimes you'll notice that when you make that list of things you fear, some of them won't even make sense. Some of them won't be even logical. There'll be things that you didn't even think about, or there'll be fear that are not even that big. There could be fear that you could easily overcome. And even if you were to fail and you were to achieve those fears, it wouldn't be as bad as you think that it would be. For example, having a losing week or having a losing month, having a losing year, these are not failures, these are only drawdowns. They're part of trading, they're normal, and we shouldn't fear these things because it's just part of it, and we'll have them anyway, whether we want it or not. Losing a profit challenge, again, that's not failure, that's just part of the process. It's maybe a time where you had a bad run, or your process was not fine-tuned, or you had issues with your execution. These are all things we can fix. They're not failures, they are just feedback we get from the market, and they are totally normal in the game where we rely on probabilities and where we could have many losses in a row and also many wins in a row possibly. Especially if you feel like you have too many fears or too many things you're not sure about or too many kind of expectations in trading, then make that list of things you fear and go through it and look at things, whether they make sense, whether you could avoid them. And we'll go to the next step here, which is my favorite. Add actions to address each fear. So every fear you should have an action. Maybe you fear failing in trading. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to take some actions? Or are you going to just stay and do nothing? Or just be scared? What are you going to do about it? That's the question. You could decide to work on your strategy. You could decide to backtest it until it makes sense, until it's profitable. You can focus on executing better. You can always embrace failing and reduce the risk of it by taking action instead of just waiting to fail and doing stupid things. If you accept failure without learning, it's just basically a way to continue failing and not get any results from it. Something I like to tell people is to always focus on the process and not the results. It's something I tell people a lot because it's really a recipe for success, where you focus on just the things you can do, you can control, and not the outcomes at the end that you cannot really control. Often we might look at our P&L in trading because we see it going up or going down, so we then declare whether we're successful or not successful or failing because of that P&L. While in reality, the only thing going on is a process where you take trades with that process. And if you have bad results, it's not because you're a bad trader or because you suck or because you're stupid. It's only because you have a bad process to make your trading work. What you need to do in that case is just look at that process and figure out which parts are not working well and how you can improve them to work better next time. Once you see the change in your P&L, you see it going up a little bit more. Then again, it's not you, it's the process that works and does that change. But then you can start to build up your confidence and you can start to get away from the fear of failure, because you took actions based on that feedback you got from the process, not just from you failing because you take bad trades or whatever. So once and for all, stop watching your P&L as a feedback for whether you're a good trader or not, is only a feedback for your process. And if it's not working out, change your process. Focus on improving it over time. My next tip here is to not try to tackle the big concerns or big issues all by yourself. Fear of failing in trading is really big. A lot of people feel it. They don't want to get there. They want to be able to stay in the game long term. They want to be able to make money from it, of course. And they have really big visions and dreams associated with it. I talk with people who want to travel the world. They want to be able to do other stuff. They want to quit their 9-to-5 jobs. All these things are very important to them. And they're very emotionally attached to them. So take it seriously then. You can learn from others. You can get a mentor, get a coach to help you out with your trading, what things you're struggling with. Any issues you might have, you can get a buddy or someone to help you with it and get out better on the other side. Having at least a support network is always better than trying to figuring out all by yourself and trying to do things and trying things out, going with trial and error for a long time, and then kind of losing your confidence with trading. If you want some help getting profitable and scaling up your trading, I'll leave a link below. You can check it out, where it's a program I have people who do that exactly step by step. Within a few months, you can scale up your trading pretty quick. And I would love to be part of your journey, of course. And whether that's a good fit for you or not, the key thing here is having a support network, people around you, people you can talk to, you can connect with, to be able to overcome the setbacks and celebrate when you have good wins. No matter what you do, though, it's very important to stay in the game. In the eye of a trader, usually the biggest failure is blowing up your account. That's something that people don't want to get to. And they consider this to be the end results, the end all be all of trading. When they blow up the account, they'll quit and I'll be done with it. If that's the case, then take proper action to not get there. Reduce your sizing, only go on a demo account and live account when you're ready to do it, when you have good results, when you follow your plan, and go to the lowest position size as you can, just to be able to make sure you will stay long term and you won't blow up your account. In the end, blowing up your account is a big hit on confidence and a big aspect of failing, and you might feel like it's tougher to go back after, or you might feel you can never build back confidence to be able to overcome that fear again. We use a method for all of our students that's called the graduation plan, where you actually put it step by step. You make a plan how you're going to grow and scale up your account. So you start with, let's say, a demo account, you do it for a while, and you go on a small live account, then you go on a bigger live account and you scale that way over time. So we have milestones and steps they need to reach to be able to scale up and go to the next step. And if they fail one step, they go back to the previous step and work on it a little bit more until they are able to go back to that next step and continue to progress that way. I'll leave a video about here in the corner if you want to check it out on how we do this and how you can use it for yourself as well. And it's really crucial. I recommend you make that plan, even if it's your own template. Just do it so you can at least have a plan on how you will scale up. Then there's no kind of guessing to do when you're in the moment, when you are having a good run or a bad run. You just stick to that plan that you've made, that progress plan or that graduation plan you've made. And it's easy to kind of go and move forward that way and become better over time. Now, I've got a bonus tip for you here because I know it's hard to not feel failure. I know it's tough. The biggest difference here is that the one who are successful long term just kept pushing through. They didn't change strategies every week. They didn't change their plan every day where they could change it and become better. They didn't switch strategies every week. They didn't change their plan when they felt like they would have a better plan or a different strategy that was better. They embraced good advice and kept pushing, kept applying the advice they heard, kept getting feedback from coaches, from people they trust, and applying that feedback to their own trading directly, implementing it. They had positive thoughts as much as they could when things went wrong, and they kind of reframed it back to what they could do to improve, not how bad they are or how they suck or whatever else would bring them down. This is a big key here. If you're stubborn, if you think you have the right way, if you think your way is the only one, then you will fail. If you can adapt and learn from other people and actually apply the advice you hear and keep pushing through without changing strategies for a while until you master it, then chances are you'll have some good results with trading. So here you go. A lot of suggestions here, a lot of thoughts on how you can avoid that fear of failure and overcome it for the long term. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. What do you think of this video? Whether you liked it? Which advice here do you agree with? Which you don't agree with? I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on this. And if you want to get more videos like this, I post 3 a week. So 2 in the week, 1 interview in the weekend, where you can learn from a trader around the world who are doing good things and getting good results in trading. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to be notified of these videos and click the bell next to the subscribe button as well. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.